Hey everybody, welcome back to the Black Link Experience. It's your girl Marva B. Subscribe, like, and share. Leave your comments below because your opinion does matter, and we are here for it. So, of course, we're back talking about Diddy. There's a lot that has unfolded since the news broke on yesterday that Homeland Security was invading his properties on both coasts, East Coast, West Coast, Los Angeles, Miami. It has been speculation that, because I'm not sure, I haven't seen anything that a property in New York was also raided. So that's alleged. I'm not sure about that. It's just so let me just go down my list because I'll be all over the place. But so we are hearing allegedly P. Diddy's chief of staff is now saying that she will cooperate with the feds. She's so basically whatever they need to know. She does have information that she will share. She will testify if she needs to testify. And that comes from an amendment that was made on 3/25/24, which was yesterday. So I don't know. So just probably hours before they raided his home, this amendment was made. And prior to that, if you guys go check out Mims channel, I just make it make sense. I love him. So go check him out. But he reported that breaking news that the chief of staff, her name is Ethiopia, was going to be testifying if she needed to against Diddy. Now, prior to the amendment, she was all in the complaints. Her name was mentioned all in the complaints. And then all of a sudden during the amendment, she was taken out and it was said that she would be cooperating. So that's huge in that she's chief of staff. So that means she knows that everything that went on with Diddy, his whereabouts, all about his business, all about his function, his daily function. She knows it all. And what stood out to me when he was reading that was that she said that if she needed to testify, she would, and she does have information that corroborates with these people's stories that had brought out allegations against Diddy. So that's one thing. But where I'm confused is and maybe not confused, but he did not get arrested. So they did find him. They made him land his plane. And so he had two planes, two jets, two private jets. And one had his entourage in it, and he was in the other. And he then at that point gave up his phones, all of his phones. Now, if you guys remember, Cassie said that he keeps all of his information in his phones. Let's pause right here. Now, we are used to seeing alleged perpetrators that record or have information on a phone, video, whatever, how they keep that, they hoard it, right? They keep it for their own satisfaction. And sometimes, or a lot of times, is they keep that information in the phones, on electronics, on a flash drive or whatever, because they want to be able to if they need to use it against someone that does something to them, then they have that information. Now I'm going to go back to the R. Kelly story. If you guys remember, if you ever followed the R. Kelly story, remember that he had some videos that he recorded himself that was put up that he just kept in his possession all the time. It's allegedly, supposedly in this gym bag, and someone got a hold of it to him and sold it. But these VHS tapes go all the way back 20 years, 30 years or whatever. And you wonder why, first of all, you're recording these things. Second of all, why are you holding on to these things? So basically, it sounds like, according to Cassie, that P. Diddy kept all this information, all of this alleged crimes, alleged SA, alleged all the stuff that's being alleged against him, that a lot of it is kept on his phones. As you see in the pictures, they went in his house and they tore up his home, and I think it's the California home, but tore up his home, tore it upside down, looking for any type of information, any type of evidence that they could get their hands on in order to build their case. Because you will hear this a million times, that the Homeland Security, the feds, do not come unless they're ready and have all of their I's dotted, all their T's crossed. So now the reason they did both homes simultaneously is because they didn't want for whoever were in the homes to, if one home was being raided, for them to tip off the other people that are in the other home on the East Coast or West Coast, vice versa, so that evidence could be tampered with. Now, if Diddy was holding on to information, he had these videos, he had information. This is alleged. I don't know, but this is what has been said, that this is where he keeps all this information, this evidence that could be used against him. And if that's the case, why is it, or do you think, because we don't know yet, that because all of these allegations, all these people had started coming out against him back to back, after Cassie came out and said what she said, and the next day it was settled, she was paid the next day, do you think that he did a whole sweep through his house, both to all of his homes, to all of his electronics, phones, got rid of everything, because knowing that eventually this could catch up to him and they could do what they did yesterday by raiding him and taking all of his electronics, all the phones, all the everything, only to find the information that they're looking for. That remains to be seen. I don't know. We don't know what they found, but when you look at his home and you see on the news where agents are coming out with packages of things, I just wonder what it is. But at this point, they're saying Diddy is not detained. He's not on the run. They did talk to him, but they did arrest 2 of his assistants. And why they arrested 2 of his assistants, I'm not sure, but I know that I read where they arrested this young white guy who, for possession of cocaine and something else, and that he is allegedly the person that supplies large amounts of drugs to Diddy, keeps him with his supply of drugs. And so he was arrested. And they weren't sure if it was in connection with Diddy and the raids and what happened yesterday, or if he was just arrested just coincidentally yesterday. But we did see video of Pdidddy walking back and forth. Listen, I almost felt sorry for him, in the fact that, like, man, this Black man built up this empire, this beautiful empire. Let's minus all the allegations against him. But he built himself up to being worth $1 billion. He has over a $50 million home mansion in California on the West Coast. He has another, no telling how many $million home in Florida. And also, of course, he has homes in New York. He has places to stay. Not sure if they're renting those places or whatever, but he does have places. And he was able to, I saw an interview with him today, they ran, that he said he goes to the Caribbean to find peace. He does that once a month. Who gets to do that once a month and just go chill, right? Why, when these people build themselves up and get the money that he has accumulated, the income that he has accumulated, why do they mishandle it? That would be my question. Like, you were blessed. There's 1 in a million people that are going to be able to live like that and have that kind of money, right? So if you were blessed with that and to be able to live that way and have that lifestyle, why is your energy in towards violating people or misusing your staff members, DV against women, SA against young girls, young boys, and just foul acts, because you have this power. Why is it that the energy has to be shifted to violating people just because you're powerful? But then you're not thinking that eventually something's going to happen. Somebody going to tell. Even though they haven't told now, it hasn't happened. 20 years later, somebody's coming out and said that this person did this to me. And I was so afraid. He did me bad. He violated me, DV, all trafficked me, all kinds of things. And here's my proof. And then when one person come out and the next day they are able to make a deal the next day and close all this mess out, you think somebody else that you have violated over the years is not going to come out? And I've said it, all the bloggers said it, everybody that talked about it said it, that this is going to be a trickle effect. Once Cassie was awarded her lawsuit, that it was going to be a trickle effect, and eventually he was going to go to jail. Now, while he's not detained or in jail or on the run, as they say, he can still be indicted, depending on what information and depending on the evidence that they found, if any. He could be indicted. But of course, his lawyers come out today and say that they abused their power, their military power, in the way that they raided his homes. I'm not sure what is happening currently. I want to know why. Oh, because even in Make It Make Sense said this, that he was tipped off. Diddy was tipped off through his lawyer that the feds were coming, that something was going to happen. So if you knew that it was going to happen, I really want to know, why were your children in the home knowing that something was going to happen, with all the money and all the resources that you have, and you had time because you were tipped off? Why were your sons in that home to be handcuffed, and know that scared them to pieces? No matter how tough people act, Diddy's scared right now. This is a scary time in his life. And the consequences for his actions are coming to fruition. So I'm hearing that his girls weren't there, but you see on the TV, his kids were in handcuffs and all these police around them and pulling them out the house like that. Like, that's devastating. But I also saw where one of his, I think Justin, his son, was like, these are all lies against my dad. They're all lies. So we'll see. But why wasn't they, if you're going to get on the plane with your entourage, and I don't know, maybe you have a good reason for it. I don't know. But you're the dad. You could have said, I need y'all to pack a bag and we're going to put y'all up in a suite on the top floor in the best place, wherever. Y'all go stay there for a couple of days because there's some things that are going to take place, and I don't want you guys involved. I don't want you splattered all over the TV. I want you guys to be safe. So I don't know why the kids were left. But at the end of the day, even if he would have taken them with him on the flights, they still would have been in the middle of it. So I'm saying, don't even have them a part of it. Have them to leave the house, go put them up somewhere with staff and bodyguard, whatever you got to do to keep them protected, get them away. Because at the end of the day, they're not responsible for your actions that people are coming out alleging against you. While he still presumes his innocence, there's some truth. My belief, my opinion only, there is truth to what these people are saying, obviously. And it's real strange that his chief of staff was all in the paperwork. And when it was amended, she suddenly is out of the paperwork, willing to talk to those people, willing to give those people whatever they need to get herself out of it, out of the middle. Mary J. Blige has come out allegedly. I haven't seen it, but they said that she came out and spoke and was like, keep my name out this mess. I have nothing to do with none of that. Keep Mary J. Blige out your mouth. So that's that on that. Just because, you know, they're close friends, she doesn't have anything to do with it. She's saying, don't do that. Don't play with my name like that. So I think that's really all that I wanted to talk about. I'm always appalled at people that, you know, get money and have all this money and you're going to violate people. Like if you have all this money, I promise you, there are willing bodies that will take you up on your offer to do whatever it is you want to do in the bedroom. However you want to party, they're willing to do it and they are of age. All you got to do is pay them. And for some reason, it always ends up that there's young girls or young guys being SA'd, ST'd, and DV is brought upon them for no reason, like just because you can. And when the heat is on you and when they come for you, you pacing and crying tears because you're claiming innocent. But these people have evidence. And the evidence will speak louder than you saying, I didn't do it. If there's no evidence and there's nothing can be proved because it has to be proved beyond a reasonable doubt, then okay. But Cassie was not lying. And I don't think a lot of these other people are lying either. That is just my opinion over here. That's it. So that's all I have today on this. I'm going to keep following this story because I need some answers. I still don't have the answers that I need, that I want. I need these answers. I need to know what they found in the houses. I need to know, you know, what Diddy's thoughts are. I need to know, is this man going to be indicted? I need to know what type of time is he looking at. They said just for one count of SA, he could be looking at a mandatory 50 years, 20 years, a whole bunch of years, mandatory. So that means that it starts at that number. So we'll see. It remains to be seen. My prayer is that, here's my last thought. Anybody that has truly been violated and people of power, the powers that be, cross lines with you, then they have to pay for that. They have to pay for that. And what is so killing about that is when you look at these perpetrators, these alleged perpetrators, and alleged until proven otherwise, they have children of their own. They have young, beautiful children. And they don't want their children done like that. So why are you violating somebody else's child? When you have all the money in the world, you have money at your disposal to do whatever it is you want to do for a real, real long time. It's hard to spend $1 billion. Well, depends on your lifestyle, but it's hard to spend $1 billion. So go buy you a different one every day that is willing and of age and can say yes or no, consent to everything. Tell them up front what you want and be honest and do that thing. Then you can't get in trouble. And you can't have your whole empire to fall down around you. You shouldn't be wanting to violate anybody. But I'm saying it's not a violation when they're of age, grown people, and are saying, yes, I know what you're saying to me, and yes, I agree to that. That's not violation. But when you cross the lines with young girls, young boys, and you and do the things that you do, it will catch up and you have to pay for that. You guys, this is the Black Link Experience. We're going to continue to keep following this story. If you have anything that you find out before I come back, let me know. Email me, DM me on Instagram at Black Link Magazine or here, wherever. Let me know so we can talk about it. Again, shout out to Make It Make Sense. Like he is all that. Nick and Knight is all that. Go check them both out and hit the like and share and follow button on their stories as well. And you guys, I'm going to go for now. But just know I'm here for it. I am here for this entire story to its end. So let me know. Let me know. Hit that bell for notifications for stories like these and others. Bye.